joining us again. So today we're actually going to be speaking to Christine Cabrera. And Christina is a money muse for women, and she also is a mindset coach and wealth strategist. So definitely fits into all of that amazing stuff that we've been learning at the moment, and really hoping, and I know that Christina will be able to give us some tools to help us through this journey that we're on at the moment. So thank you so much for joining us, Christina.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Hi, girls.
Excellent. So my first question, obviously, and something that I think really burns in our minds when we're just getting started, is when you are just starting your business, what's one of the first and maybe important things you need to look at when you're trying to sort out your finances?
Okay. Look, there's so many different things we can be doing, but when you're first starting out your business, or at least this is what I did, is I actually went through a list or gathered as much information as I can about all the different things that I might need to spend money on. So, technology, logo design, marketing, and actually created a little bit of a budget to see how much I need to be spending before any money even comes in. I call that, or many people call that, the cash burn rate. So how much cash am I burning before I get the first dollar of income in? And that's really, really sobering, because if you don't have enough set aside, you'll feel really, really stressed around what you're doing. And that means you can't be as creative as you probably need to be, or as excited about what you're doing. So I think that's one of the first things you should be doing.
Excellent. Thank you. And yeah, that's very true too, because I think when you're first starting out, you don't actually realize that there is some startup cost. Maybe not as much as some of us invest into it. Sometimes we maybe invest a little bit too much than we need to, but there is some of those things that we need to think of at the start. So that's very, very important. Thank you. And is there any sort of special systems that you can recommend for getting those financial sort of setups done in the first stages?
Okay, when you're talking systems, are you talking about accounting systems?
Yeah, or anything that will...
Personally, the way look, when I first started out, and even with my new business now, one of the things that I found really difficult is when you're first starting out, you might be spending money out of your own bank account, and then money's coming into your bank account, and your personal stuff comes out of it, and then suddenly you have no clue which is which. So perhaps force yourself to open an account. It doesn't have to be a fancy business account, but just an account which in your head is the account for your business, so that you can actually start tracking what's coming in, or maybe nothing's coming in, like in my case, from time to time when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
But at least you can see the expenses going out, which are not mixed up with your gym membership and with all the other things that's happening in your life.
Yes, that's so true. And I know we mentioned briefly systems before. I'm a big one for accounts, because I had a long period of time working in the bank, which was amazing. So I'm all about the accounts. So did
I a little bit.
Did you? It's because you're a financial planner as well, aren't you? That's your background as well? Yeah.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. So I started my career as a financial planner in the banking system. So I know what it's like.
Yes. So even though I know that bank accounts are really, really important, and I always try to teach the girls that too. I get them to have a look at Profit First, because I think that's an amazing book when they're first starting out. One of the things that I still do is I use a trusty old spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, with some tabs on income in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, good.
Yes. Yes.
So I know that there is.
And I don't think, yeah.
You're right, Christina.
I don't think you need to be really fancy. A spreadsheet is just fine. You don't have to go out thinking, oh my God, I need to go get Xero or this accounting software. A spreadsheet is great.
Yeah, that's my feelings exactly. I think when you start getting to a certain point, obviously, and it's harder for you to focus on tracking it, I feel maybe then, you can look into that. But yeah, I love my trusty old spreadsheet, so that's good. Now, I know you do also you're also a mindset coach. And can you just tell us a little bit about that and how you work that into your business as well?
Okay. As a financial planner for many, many years, it's so easy for me to come up with financial strategies for people. But what I noticed in my career, 26-year career, I noticed that especially women, you can give them a strategy, but it doesn't happen because the mindset's not in it. And that's really why I decided to just create this business, which is really about teaching women about how to think about money, because it's really the 80-20 rule. And I think it was Warren Buffett, who's one of the most wealthiest guys in the world, said 80% is about managing your emotions and how you think, and 20% is strategy. So it's really about getting into habits about how you're thinking about money. And I had my own experiences where I realized that my limiting beliefs were keeping me from making money. And one of my limiting beliefs that I had was I was trading the share market, invested some money, and within 2 weeks it was worth $250,000. And it was such a comical vision. I sat there at my computer, and out of my mouth tumbled this, little bubble going, that was too easy. And that's when I realized that I had this limiting belief that you have to work hard to make money, which is not true.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized, okay, we need to do something about this. So I upskilled myself into NLP and voice dialogue to be able to debunk all that stuff. And it's reasonably easy to do. So a lot of my workshops that I do, a large part of the workshop that I run, which is the Money Smart workshop, is about examining beliefs and teaching actually how they come about and how to debunk them, and then moving from there into installing better attitudes and affirmations and beliefs about yourself and who you are and how you show up in your life. Because from there you can then create anything you want, including fantastic businesses.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really important too, because there is usually when we get down into it a lot more, it is a money belief that I was actually only discussing this with a client the other day, that because my mum and dad struggled so much and never had money, no matter how much money I earn in my business, I'm always feeling like I'm struggling.
Yes.
And it is just it's those things that you carry on from generation to generation. And if you don't, do that work to maybe try to get over that mindset, it does create some really big blocks with you and your business.
Totally. And look, I learned from your wonderful opt-in challenge so much that I'm creating my own challenge now, and it's going to be a money mindset shift challenge where I will help your audience or whoever wants to do it to just identify what the issues are, and then just little tricks to get you moving across that.
Yeah.
So and what's really important is just the moment you are aware that there are such things as money blocks or even any personal belief blocks, the moment you're aware, you can start working on it.
Yeah, that's it. And that's it. I think that's like anything. As soon as you identify it and start working on it, like the first step of being able to get over something is to admit it, like identify it, admit it, put it out there in the universe and start sort of getting over it. So so that's excellent.
Absolutely. The problem well identified is half solved.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent.
So
with all that, obviously starting out has the very basic and simple stuff like sorting out accounts and things like that. But is there any sort of final tips that you can leave the girls with that, you feel is really important for them to know? Obviously, apart from all the amazing stuff that you've already given us.
This probably is I call it I keep saying, to those who are in several groups, and some of the groups that I'm in is, we need to put the big girl pants on. And now I'm starting to get known as, the lady with the big girl pants on. And that is, often we go into business because we desire something ourselves, or we are interested in it ourselves. That doesn't mean, though, that it is a viable business. And so if you're loving what you're doing, you still need to bring to it and this is where a coach like you would help your clients, is to just have a moment before you start spending too much money and effort and your whole life into something, to see whether there is actually a need for it or a market for it. Your intuition probably is correct anyway, but I think it's a good idea just to have a double check.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're actually doing something that people might want to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is very true.
Yeah, and it takes an outsider. It takes a coach. I'm a firm believer in coaches. I have coaches left, right, and center. And look, ladies, it's probably one of the best investments you can make, by the way, is the investment you make in yourself. Yeah. And that includes in a coach.
Yeah, it's so true. And even the top coaches and the top mentors, they will all say the same thing, because you do need someone there as support for you as well. And just to, very much like you said, to keep you in check. Because I used to work with a man who had an entrepreneurial brain, but he had a new idea every day and he never stuck to it. So sometimes you need someone to rein you in.
That's exactly right. So, the other day I was posting in another circle, I had a really grumpy day, but it took 90 minutes of my coach time for the coach to slap me and going, stop it. You have so much to offer, get out of it and get on with it. And then I was fine.
That's good. That's so good to hear your perspective on that as well, because I think it's something that does get sort of overlooked, and it's easy for people to say it, but it's good when someone else sort of says it and backs it up. So obviously, thank you so much for your help with that today. I would really love for you to be able to share with everyone, though, ways that the girls can come and see you and work with you and stalk you online. So, could you share with us how we can keep in touch with you?
Stalk me on. Okay. One of the first things is the easiest and first thing they can do, and I will welcome them with open arms, is to join the Money Smart Woman Facebook group.
Yeah, beautiful.
So if you just look up on the Facebook, and put in Money Smart Woman circle. There we go. Mm-hmm. Every day I'm posting something about money or mindset, and and you're in it too.
Yes,
there's some great contributors there, so that's a great way to learn. My little picture of the frog really went over well, actually. So that's the first thing they can do, and then they can go to my website as well, which is wisdomofwealth.com.au. And I also do coaching and things, and certainly that's something they can contact me through. The best thing is through that Facebook group.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll be putting the links in for the girls as well, so that they can click straight through to you and see you that way, so on our beautiful page that we'll have set up for this special video. So that'll be great. So excellent. Thank you so much for your time today. It's really appreciated.
Fantastic.
And if if you have any more questions for Christina, please
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please click the links below, and you can definitely hop into that group because it's an amazing group and there's lots of great inspiration in there as well. And yes, reach out and, contact Christina, and if you want to find out some more information. So thank you very much. And yeah, we will leave that there, I think, today. Thank you. So nice to have you with us, Christina.
Thank you.
All right, excellent.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for that, ladies, and we will see you again for the next interview in the Launch with Confidence series. Thank you.